Sorry about that, folks. But I had a small interruption there. But anyway, I just want to go back to the narration of the stories and where we left off. I'm not saying not to buy other book formats only, simply because, this broadens your horizons, to not only to read paperback books or ebooks, but to listen to audiobooks. Now, come on now, when you were in grade school and it was reading time, who didn't love to have the teacher read and act out all the parts of the characters? Raise your hand if you agree. Well, audiobooks is like that. And yes, I am trying to sell you on this type of format because I love it and I want you to as well. You might think my enthusiasm is due to a heavily invested interest or stock in one of the companies. And trust me, I'm not, nor do I have anything to gain by being the personal spokesperson for audiobooks or otherwise. Moreover, it is only that when I really like anything, I want other people to try it and see exactly what I mean. I am a huge proponent of reading by any means necessary. And if you haven't figured this out yet, audiobooks is my way of promoting literacy. It might be hard to believe that in this day and age, everyone is unable to read, but what I mean by this is that some people have learning disabilities. Therefore, they might need a little help in becoming interested in reading anything. For instance, a person who has limited sight ability, this is the perfect reading tool for them. And let me just share this with you. I had a fan ask me who suffered from limited sight disability if my books were available in audiobook format. And they were not, and they still aren't, not yet anyway. But at the time, I hadn't tried them, but had heard much about these types of books. And I'm in the process now of auditioning producers for my two earlier books, Room in the Attic and Love Unrequited. Also my latest, If Tomorrow Comes, Requiem, and this is book 1, when it is finally released. But, getting back to the point I'm trying to make, which is she and anyone else no longer have to strain their eyes trying to read. Instead, can now listen and enjoy the books they love through narration. Another example is a person who isn't great with reading comprehension. They can read, but they don't fully understand when reading themselves. So audiobooks is another way for them to engage in books by listening. For those who may not be aware, audiobooks, they might be widely popular due to smartphones, but they've been around in other formats for a long while. Who remembers audio tape recorders? Now, if you are over the age of, I would say, 40, then I know that you know what this is. Anyone maybe less than, I would say, maybe less than 30, give or take, maybe a couple of years less than that, then they probably may not know what that is. But for the most part, they are obsolete now, with all the new technology that's replaced the tapes and technology is like updated daily. So, I expect at some point in time the CDs to go away since we have, you can stream music, you can download music, so you really don't have a need for a CD. And then you have satellite radio. So I look for one day for CDs to also be obsolete. But, at one time, audio cassette books were the companions of paperback books, pretty much like audiobooks are the companions now to paperback books. But the only drawback with that was that if you had a paperback book that was being recorded on cassette tapes, then depending on how long that book was, or let's say the series that I've been telling you about, Outlander, which that is a 8-book series, and each book has close to, if not over, 1,000 pages, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm serious. then you can imagine the amount of cassettes it would take in hours, because I can't remember exactly how long, what the recording time was on each of those audio tapes, but it may not have been over 2 hours. So you can imagine the amount of cassette tapes it would take to record one book, much less 8. But anyway, that would be a lot of things that you would have to carry around, including the player, to be able to listen to it. So I can understand why that didn't go over well back then, possibly because of that, because the however many hours of recording time it took, then that meant that you were going to have just as many cassettes to hold all of that information on there. And this is probably why a lot of people lost interest in it, to be quite honest. But, audiobooks of today, they range from a few hours to 45 hours. And I realize that this is a stretch for most readers. Believe me, I know, but I love it, and I love books that are anywhere from 400 to, well past 800, 900 pages. Because like I said, usually those books are very detailed. They hold a lot of information, and it's like having 2 books in one. So I like that. And so, for me, it's not a big deal. But for someone else who, they like short reads, then they may have, I think they do have novellas that are recorded as well. It's probably not over maybe an hour and a half, or maybe just 2 hours long. So that may be for those people who have a very short attention span when it comes to listening to audiobooks or reading books, for that matter. They want it short and sweet. So I can understand that. But still, it's something for everybody. It's still that variety that's available for everybody, because, it's necessary. I'm sorry, it just is. But, I work in finance for a major hospital, and, my job is sort of monotonous, and listening to audiobooks helps to keep me from being bored. I don't mind the repetitiveness of my daily occupation so much, as long as I'm able to listen to books while I work. So, it's no different than listening to music for most people. Instead, I like being engaged in a great story while I'm pounding out numbers on the keyboard. Audible.com is a partner of Amazon, and, they have so many books available in every genre imaginable. And not only this, but they offer a 30-day free trial for eager readers who can and should not pass up the opportunity, not only listen for free, but to have one of their favorite audio companion books. Amazon Kindle Unlimited is another way to enjoy reading, and the membership is only $9.99 a month. And this includes unlimited books and audiobooks on any reading device. Now, this compared to Audible's monthly plan, it's a better deal to me, money-wise, and for the amount of books that you're able to read as well. And I say this because I've had both memberships. And to be quite honest, with the Kindle Unlimited, a lot of the books that are on that reading program, they offer them in the audio format. And since they are partnered with Audible.com, then those are also free. The books that come with the audio companion, they're also free. And with the Kindle membership plan, when they say unlimited books, that's what they mean. Unlike Audible.com with their memberships, now with the simplest membership, which I think is like $9 and something a month, it may be $14. I'm not sure. I'm thinking it is probably $14. But you only get a book a month, and so with a person like me, I can read a book depending on how many pages it has in maybe 3 to 4 days. So that just didn't sit well with me. And to be able to read more, then you have to pay more, of course. And so I was like, well, I really don't like this, because this is not, it just don't suit my needs at all, because most people read more than a book in 30 days. So I just don't see how that will work. But if you are interested in getting a membership with them, they, like I said, they have hundreds, if not thousands, of audiobooks available in every genre. And I think they have them in different languages as well. But the Kindle membership is way better, because you can not only can you read as many books as you want, but you can also lend them. You can lend them to other people so they can read the books as well. And, so that's helping to bring more people onto the membership program for Kindle. So you might want to check them out. Like I said, it's great. And I had the membership, but I let it go because I was getting so many other free books. And also Amazon on the Kindle, the ebooks especially, they also have free books. So I have a ton of books from them too that are free. But the only thing with them is that if you want the audio companion, then you have to pay for it. But I don't think it's expensive. I think most of them are probably $4 or less. And that's not a lot to pay for an audiobook at all. That, to me, that's pretty reasonable. But anyway, if you want to check them out, that is audible.com. And also you can just type in Amazon, or you can type in Kindle. And of course, it's going to take you to Amazon. But anyway, there is just no excuse when it comes to reading, or the ease of not owning at least a few audiobooks. I can honestly say that I am not surprised by its popularity, or how it is steadily growing as the logical choice when it comes to books. We've had this discussion before on an earlier episode, paper versus plastic. And when I talked about the advantages of ebooks over paperback books, well, audiobooks is even better than that. Even for those who haven't followed technology, because they think it's the devil. And I just find that so ridiculous. But, you still have to admit that the portability is hands down. And it's the best thing since your mama's sweet potato pie. Well, okay, just kidding about that, because nothing is better than that. But, if you're commuting or on a long drive, instead of popping in a CD or listening to satellite radio, how about switching over to your smartphone and allowing an audiobook to take you on an amazing journey? Whatever your favorite genre might be, sit back and enjoy being engaged in a book for the duration of your trip. If I haven't sold you, then, there's nothing more I can say except you're missing out. Still as a favor, please. Readers, take advantage of the memberships I mentioned to you. Also, writers, start researching and auditioning narrators for your books. Trust me, you will be so much better off for utilizing an avenue that is taking the book industry by storm. You can thank me later when your book sales increase. Well, I know that the show today was short and sweet, and it's in two parts, because I had some audio technicalities in the first half of the show, but I got that fixed, and so I recorded the second part of the show, and I'm going to see if I can possibly merge it to see if I can merge them all together. I hope I can. But I hope that you have enjoyed the show today. I hope that it has been informative for you, that I have given you some information that you didn't know about. Because like I said, things that I like, I want to share with everyone, because, I just feel like everyone should be a part of, what's going on. And like I said, audiobooks is on the rise, and I can understand that perfectly as to why that's happening, because, like I said, people like portability, they like conveniences. And with audiobooks, even if you don't have a smartphone, if you have a computer and you have an MP3 player or MP4 player, that's all you need basically to download books. So as long as you have a device to download them onto, then you're good. You really don't even need an app for it. But, I just wanted to make sure that everyone is aware of that. And like I said, it's for readers, but it's also for writers and authors, because this is a way for you to be able to get your book noticed, to get it out there, BookBub, and a lot of the other book outlets that offer free books, because pretty much it's advertisement. You don't have to sell everything. Sometimes if you just give it away free, you can attract more people that way. And also, if it has that audio companion, if you have a lot of people that are working and can listen to books while they work, then this is a great way for you to promote your work and, to get it out there on the market and get people listening to it and telling other people about it. Sometimes a well-written book is great to read, but if you've got someone who can narrate that story for you, can bring those characters to life even more than just reading the story for themselves, then, you most certainly should do that. And I'm in the process of doing that too. I mentioned that because it's important, it's very important to promote yourself in any way that you possibly can. Well, like I said, the weather has really changed now. It is definitely fall. Last week I was telling you about the trees, but this week the temperature has really gotten into the degrees that I like to make me really think that fall is in the air, and it really is now. So I'm happy for that, because I like the cool weather. Not necessarily cold, but I do like the cool weather. And like I said, the only drawback is that the days are shorter, so you get less sunshine. But you do get an extra hour of sleep. So I guess it's a trade-off. Either you have long days or you have long nights. So it's up to you, whichever one you prefer. But again, I hope that you have enjoyed the show today. I try hard to be informative, because I do feel like this is my calling. I feel like that I am, that I am doing something positive. And I want to share with everyone just these little tidbits and, the things that I come up with during the week, and share them with you on Saturdays, each Saturday at 6 p.m. Again, I just want to thank everyone for listening to the show. I'm gaining new followers. I like that. And you are really helping me to boost my Twitter following. So I really do appreciate that. I have so many different people reaching out to me now on Twitter, and a lot of them are authors, a lot of them are book publishers and things of that nature. So, and I know it's due to me doing this show. So I thank you so very much for listening to the show. And not only listen, tell someone else about the show. And I would love if you guys would chat with me live one Saturday on the show. And please do send your comments. You can post them on Spreaker. You can post them on YouTube, and you can also send me messages through Facebook, and also through my email address. Send me those suggestions if it's something that you want to hear me talk about, or a topic you want to hear me discuss. Please feel free to send them to me, because, like I said, I need help sometimes, and I appreciate all the input that I can get. Well, again, I hope that everyone's weekend has been just perfect. This is one of those Saturdays that I didn't have anywhere to go, and I am so thankful for that, because I don't get a lot of those out of the month. So this was one that I actually got a chance to enjoy my weekend by staying at home. Because sometimes I do need that extra rest, because I am gone pretty much 7 days a week. So whenever I can get the chance to not do a whole lot, then I like that too, because it gave me the opportunity to be able to finish one book and hopefully get finish the other one. I've been reading 3 books at one time, and I know this is random, but still I just want to share it with you. I've been reading 3 books at one time, and I don't advise that for everybody. But the reason why I'm able to do that is because one of the books is an audiobook. So I listen to that one while I'm working. And then I have two books on one on my smartphone, and then the other one is on my my tablet. And I wanted to keep them separate, so that way I wouldn't have to keep switching back and forth on my iPhone to the books. But anyway, I read one book in the morning when I'm on my way to work, and then I switch it up in the afternoons and read the other book when I'm on my way home. So that way I'm catching up on my reading. And since I'm not writing at the moment, I am deliberately trying to catch up on my reading, because I haven't been able to do that a whole lot, while I write, at least when I get home, because I still listen to my audiobooks at work. But when I get home, I don't have a lot of time generally to actually sit down and read anything. But right now I'm able to do that, so I'm taking advantage of it. But anyway, tomorrow is Sunday, and I hope that you go out and worship. If you don't have a church home, go to church with a family member or a friend. Hug somebody and tell them that you love them, because like I said, and I can't say it enough, tomorrow is not promised. So we want to make sure that we tell our loved ones, that our friends, that we love them, and, to just keep your head up. And, have a blessed day, and God bless you. Bye.